1, 4 o'clock. We are done. Happy 2026.
There you go, the Republican Secretary of State, Michael Adams, right there. This scene from Frankfurt at 4 o'clock, just a little over an hour ago. That means time's up. The deadline for Kentuckians to file to run for elected office in 2026 has now ended. It has passed. Again, it was at 4 p.m. this afternoon. He shut the door and left on this Friday evening. There was a lot on the ballot this year, from Mitch McConnell's soon-to-be-open U.S. Senate seat to a mayor's race right here in Louisville, which will be nonpartisan this time around. And in Frankfurt today, we saw Louisville candidates showing up in the final hours for some high-profile federal races.
They sure did. Our political reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez was there, first talking to a well-known Louisville Democrat running for Senate.
Let's do this. Let's go.
Democrat Charles Booker of Louisville is back in a familiar place, filing his paperwork in Frankfurt for a third time to be a U.S. Senate candidate.
From the hood to the
His last attempt was a loss to Senator Rand Paul back in 2022. Now he's squarely in the hotly contested race to fill Mitch McConnell's seat. Booker, surrounded by supporters who marched with him on the streets of downtown Louisville during the 2020 Breonna Taylor protests. Some folks argue that a centrist, more moderate Democrat would have a better chance in this race. What would you say in response to that?
I would say they're not listening to the people. You don't end poverty in a moderate way. You don't put out the fire that is scorching so many people across Kentucky who are falling off the cliff by playing it light.
Well, for many people running for elected office, the filing process here at the Secretary of State's office is a formality. But for some, like Republican Maria Rodriguez of Louisville, her decision came just a few days ago. What's the big issue for you?
Biggest one is like pro-capitalism. Why we support capitalism.
Rodriguez, a Cuban-American who came to Kentucky in 2009, is running for Louisville Democrat Morgan McGarvey's seat in Congress. McGarvey is seeking his third term. She tells me part of her motivation to run came from the U.S. capture of Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro.
I cried. I was filled with, my tears were for joy. Because if you are siding with a dictator just because you hate Donald Trump, that is not a good thing. You should examine that.
Rodriguez has the backing of the Jefferson County Republican Party. 2026 is a major political year for Kentucky, including in Louisville, where Mayor Craig Greenberg is running for re-election, and he's already facing a high-profile challenger, Councilwoman Shamika Parrish Wright, a leader in Louisville's racial justice movement. At the state capitol, every House seat and half of the Senate seats are up for grabs. And back on the federal level, Republican Congressman Thomas Massie of Northern Kentucky is facing a Trump-endorsed primary challenger, Ed Galrine of Shelbyville. In Frankfurt, Isaiah Kim Martinez, WHAS 11, on your side.